the last of the Group 1s we're going to talk about is the Galaxy, previously won by Zapateo, Mia, Shelby 66, who's obviously been in the news of recent times, and Eduardo. Mares have dominated this race. We've spoken about mares a fair bit, 6 of the last 10 editions. The lightweight horses usually perform a little bit better. The only winner since 2013, only one winner since 2013 has carried more than 55.5 kilos. Clarence, talk to us about the speed in this one.
Yeah, stacks of speed again. Time to boogie if gets a start in the race. We'll do similar to last start. Front page only knows one way. Private Harry, the favourite here, has shown plenty of speed and can sit on speed. Probably a bit more tactical with Private Harry. They could take a sit if they want to. And my horse, Eagle Nest, from backing up from last week after a terrific win, also likes to take that leading position as well. And that doesn't even take into account the likes of IME, Uncommon James, Estriella that love sitting on pace as well. So no doubt there's stacks of speed.
Love it, Clance. And how are you going to play this race?
Yeah, this is an interesting one. You talked about Zapateo there, and that brings back just really sad memories of Front Page getting knocked off by a nose in last year's edition. But
it was a massive price, and I think I backed him there as well. Obviously, 5 wins from 10 first up starts. Loves being fresh.
Yeah, and it was really similar price. So we're getting $18 now, and was BSP $20 last year. So very much the same. I think when you take into account every single runner in this race and you put their peak ratings in a list of their last 10 starts, Front Page holds both of the top 2 ratings. And generally speaking, that is in the Kosciuszko where Jurea and now Matt Dale was always had this horse so ready to go for that Kosciuszko for the big money. Looked like it was going to bolt away in the Kosciuszko last year, and then I can't remember who was riding that day, but switched the whip through to the other hand, and then it stopped as if shot and far too easy, ran over and beat him comfortably. But then went to Flemington in the next start and went really, really well and actually matched the peak rating in the previous Kosciuszko. So plenty of talent there. Last year before this race, trialled alongside Overpass and was about a length behind. This year, trialled alongside Overpass and went to the line with Overpass. So at an $18 shot here, very happy to have something small on Front Page. And the other one, I will be with Eagle Nest again here. That was a terrific win last week, and we're getting $21. Private Harry is the deserving favourite. We're talking second favourite in an Everest at the moment behind Ka Ying Rising. So the ratings obviously don't have him at that level yet, but the ceiling on an unbeaten horse hasn't been found yet. So really hard to quantify what that will actually mean in ratings. So I can't possibly back at the $3.40 we're getting currently, but I'll be very, very nervous when Harry starts to turn on his turn of foot.
Trent?
Well, I just want to firstly point out, I think the only reason that you're backing Eagle Nest is so that someone can mention that you backed it last week and got it up.
Someone. I'm mentioning any danger.
It was well backed as well. Great bet. And it kept me alive in the quaddie for just a little bit longer. I need to go out next leg. But no, hats off to you. I wanted to be with Private Harry. I just think he's too short in this market. There's way too many horses that have competitive enough ratings to be marking in that short. The 2 that are kind of second and third favourites, I think, are too short as well. Commemorative ran a pretty good rating last start at Ramwick, and at the weights, she gets in well with these weight-adjusted ratings. She comes out highly. I don't necessarily think that she's that good, and I think Rosehill is going to be a problem for her as well, drawn barrier 2. A lot of it always been made about her. She's a big mare. She's never raced at Rosehill, and I think there's a good reason for that she's always kind of done her racing at Ramwick. Barrier 2, likely to get back in the field and probably needing space. I think she's very short. She's coming to about 550. And the other one, Briasa, very promising horse as well. 1,100 metres, drawn barrier 15 for the Hawks. Yeah, there's no way he's going to be ridden with any intent because that's what they do with their horses. I think he's going to get too far back as well. So they're the 2 I'd be keen to be against. I'm going to have something very small on Estriella. She's $26 or so. She might be completely gone, to be honest. She hasn't really lived up to expectations, but yeah, she was poor in the Oakley Plate. She was $6 and carried a bit of weight there. They rode her back, which I don't like. I think she needs to be ridden on speed, so I'm hoping they learnt their lesson with that and revert to usual tactics. But her peak stuff is certainly good enough to be winning something like this. And 54.5 kilos for a horse with those ratings at $26, I think is a decent price to find out. So she might be Cactus, but at those odds, I'm going to give her one more chance.
Honestly, it's a race full of really nice chances where, multiple horses could get up at big odds. Like we haven't really touched too much on Growing Empire and Jetty Beale. But then again, like Private Harry could just storm and win the race. So it's one of those really interesting ones, right?
That's why it's such a great race day, because you do have those weight for age races, the Group 1s, where the best horses in the country are racing, and you get to watch the best flesh. And then you got these handicaps, or we got this handicap in particular over the sprinting distance, big field, everyone weighted accordingly, and anything could win. So that would be a cracking it. Well, I imagine what I'll be doing is finishing up watching the Crows beat the Bombers by about 15 goals and then tuning into the Galaxy, and I'll be having a great day.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens there, Clance. We'll see what happens there.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.